Alright, I'm back for another video. My name is in the corner, it's Seti di Sangue, which means thirst of blood. And I'm here to give you my top wish list for Season of Discovery Phase 3 for Paladin tanks in Season of Discovery. First, again, I'd like to say thank you for everyone who's returned to the channel, who has watched these videos, and has participated in the glorious understanding that Paladin tanks are as good as it gets in Season of Discovery, no matter what the nerds say. Here we are, dominating content in Phase 2. We're going into Nomeragon, and we're owning at this point. We're having fun, we're clearing the raid, we're getting geared, but we're looking to Phase 3. So here we go with our wish list for Paladins in Phase 3. Starting with Avengers Shield cooldown reduction. We tank, so we love Avengers Shield. It's the best when we're talking about AoE damage, AoE threat, and making things look absolutely awesome. So what do we want? We want the 3 points we're putting in to reduce the cooldown of Hammer of Justice by 15 seconds to also reduce the cooldown of Avengers Shield by 15 seconds. That means we're throwing shields every 15 seconds, and it's gonna match up with Exorcism, so we don't get all these nerds saying, you should take Exorcism over Avengers Shield. No, you shouldn't, because it looks way more awesome. You're throwing your shield, literally. You're slowing people. You can use it in PvP to make you actually viable, and we need it to be more powerful. Next on our wish list is going to be more runes that don't just increase our power passively, but actually provide us with more buttons to press. That way we can make our rotation a little bit more complex. Next on the wish list, make Avengers Shield interrupt our enemies. It's great that it slows people, it's great in PvP, but in PvE, when we're in raids, clearing Nomeragon, and whatever the hell our next raid is going to be, it doesn't really make a difference to slow the mobs. So, it's great that we can do it in PvP, however, they need to give Avengers Shield a bigger edge in PvE content, and I believe being able to use that as an interrupt and not have to use Rebuke is going to be a major bonus to Protection Paladins. Next, we're going to talk about Consecration. We had a regular viewer say that they would like to see Consecration have more power, starting with a rune that procs to let you drop an additional Consecration with reduced mana, and it doesn't matter what spec you're in, so you can go deep prot like we love and still drop Consecrations. It's going to help with our AoE threat. It's going to silence the Holy Shock haters, and we're going to be able to run Holy Shield with Consecration before we get to level 60. Before we get to the next one, I just want to point out, again, we're in front of the Northshire Abbey, and I just want to take a second to admire how great it is. This is where Bishop Benedict first took me under his wing. He didn't do anything crazy, but he did tell me that we were going to be protection tanks in Season of Discovery, because literally every spec sucks, and I don't care what math equation you're trying to do your gymnastics in your brain and make you think that we can do better than protection, because that's the best spec we can do. Look at it. It's beautiful. We all know we got our start here. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a dwarf paladin saying, well, I started in Ironforge. I started in Dunmoreau. Northshire Abbey is where it's at, and that's the bottom line. Next, we want Divine Storm to cause holy damage. I don't care if you nerf its damage, but we want it to do holy damage. So we're getting more AoE threat while we're using it. We're not using Seal of Martyr like these Art of War nerds. And we're helping heal our group, which helps our healers out. Next on our wish list is going to be more runes that just increase our power passively, but actually provide us with more buttons to press. Next on the list, a damage increase. That's right, I said it, a damage increase. Why? So it'll disincentivize the nerds to go down the holy tree to get holy shock so they can get their pink parses and be on the top of the leaderboard. Meanwhile, we're doing what we're supposed to do by going down the prot tree, being the best tank we can be. So, Blizzard should reward us, give us more damage, because I don't know if you've seen recently, but we're pretty low on the charts. And there's no reason that these dark magic loser warlocks should be doing more damage as us, be better tanks, and somehow Blizzard has let this happen. And if Bishop Benedict was in the office, he'd slap every single one of those devs because the Naru would never let it happen. The last thing on my wish list for Season of Discovery Phase 3 is going to be increased viability in our block value. I've heard people say Paladins need a defensive cooldown. They don't understand that Paladins have the best sustained mitigation than any other class in the game. I don't care what hypotenuse you're looking at, but Paladins have very consistent damage mitigation. I don't think that we need a damage reduction cooldown, but it would be great if we could add on to our consistent mitigation to smooth out damage even more that we're doing, because next phase, there's going to be harder hitting mobs. We're going to make sure that we're going to need to take Holy Shield so we can continue our strength, which is consistent mitigation, to smooth out damage and make sure that our healers aren't pooping their pants while the rest of our group is getting hit by mechanics. This has been my short list for Protection Paladins going into Phase 3 of Season Discovery. If you have anything else that you would like to see us get from either runes, talent adjustments, or new abilities, or any other sort of change, leave them in the comments. I'd be happy to see it. Thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, go for it. If not, you know the deal. Whatever.